Today, I am dyeing my hair purple. It's already purple, but it's starting to fade to blonde and everything, and I'm taking some pictures tomorrow, so I thought, let me stop neglecting it. And I haven't done anything to it in quarantine, so I don't do anything special. I'm not bleaching or anything. I'm literally just getting purple dye and putting it on top of the purple dye. I don't do it in a professional way at all. I leave it on for some time and then I rinse it out. And it usually works. So, and also I don't even have like a lot of dye. I have these 2 free sample packets that I got from my stylist like 5 years ago. And then I have the rest of whatever's in this too. Yeah, so I guess we'll just get started. And I guess I'll just talk to you along the way, because I haven't spoken to another human being in 3 months. Now I'm trying to see if Joico is cruelty-free and all that, and vegan and all that. Okay, so Joico's not a good brand. Don't buy Joico. In my defense, I have only recently started making the switch to you know, eco-friendly, vegan, cruelty-free, all that stuff, just in the past couple of months. I've been vegan for about a year. I'm still kind of working on it. I've had this in my closet forever, so I'm just gonna use this up, and then after this I won't buy from them again. But I need to find a good dye brand, because I think the only other one I've tried is Manic Panic, and let me tell you, if you don't already know, that shit is garbage. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. What even is that? It just, like, how can I go to a professional salon and they put that on my hair? It comes off on my hands. I wake up and my pillow is purple. I'm like, how much did I pay for this? For you to get like the hair dye that they sell at Hot Topic? Anyway, so I'll just have to do that. But for now, we'll use this stuff. Whoa. Whoa, I don't even think these are the same purples. Yeah, they're not even the same purples. One is like bright and one is super dark. And I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure it's better to do it on like dirty hair. I don't know why I don't just, I mean, I feel like I don't look this stuff up because I get a different answer every time. And honestly, I guess I just don't really care. It's gonna work out either way. I'm not bleaching it, I'm not doing anything crazy. So it's kind of whatever. Okay, I don't have a lot of dye, so this is not a lot for my big ass head. Mix that up, mixy, mixy, mixy. Don't buy this brand, mixy, mixy, mixy. Never again, mixy, mixy, mixy. Mixy, 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 mixy. Also, I don't have any gloves, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna part this bad boy, just like that. Give myself a little boopy over there. And then I have some filtered water and I'm just gonna get it a little bit wet. Again, should I be doing this? Don't know. Oh, I don't have any gloves, but you know, we save our plastic bags to reuse them. That was kind of my plan. I guess we'll see. I might just end up not caring. I kind of feel like that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna use my hands. Now, I would not normally detangle just like out of the shower like this, but I combed my hair not that long ago, so I knew it wasn't that tangled. So it'd be pretty easy just to run that shit through. Okay, yeah, you know, this amount of dye actually might be fine because I don't really need to do my roots. Look how long my roots are. They come out to here. Look at that. But with purple, you can kind of get away with it. Okay, so let's see how I do this. Yep, that's some professional stuff right there. Looking good. Get my plastic bag. Yeah. Feels like I'm picking up dog poop. Okay, you know what? Already I'm over it. I'm sorry, hands. So, one main thing I kind of wanted to talk about, I don't know, I kind of wanted to do like a separate video on its own about this, but I just figured since I'm already dyeing my hair, I might as well just add it in here. I wanted to talk about my acne journey. So basically, I had average acne kind of growing up in high school and stuff like that. Not an insane amount, but I definitely didn't have perfect skin. But then when I was about 20, 21, it went really, 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 really bad. Cystic acne all over my face, painful, consistent. It was really awful. Yeah, I just kind of like hated how I looked, and it made me really insecure, and I felt gross and ugly, which acne doesn't make you any of those things, but when you have it, you feel like that's all anyone could think about. Even if it's definitely not. Like, they still want to hang out with you. They still want to be your friend, even if you have zits. Don't worry. But yeah, so it got really, really bad. I couldn't really figure out why, but I had been on, I had an IUD for one of the hormonal ones. I think it was the Mirena. I had that for a couple of years, and you know, quick little Google search. IUDs, they're hormonal, so they can give you acne, but a lot of the time is the acne comes slowly over time. So by the time you get it, years after you have had the IUD inserted, you don't even realize what the connection is. So I was like, damn, it must be my Mirena. So I got it taken out like immediately, and it still didn't clear up. It was still really, really bad. And then so I asked my doctor like if there were any birth controls that were good for acne, and he said some of the pills. So, well, no, before I got on the pill, I tried a couple other ones. Like I had a Nuva ring for literally like 2 or 3 months. Then I was on any birth control. I don't know if I was experimenting with stuff long enough to really realize what was working. But I was getting impatient, and I was just like, oh, this is too much. And so I just got off everything, and then eventually I got on the pill not that long later. And that didn't really help either. And I was just like, what is going on? I have all these hormones in my body. I don't know what's what. Why is my face freaking out? And through trial and error, I ended up getting on this stuff called Curology. And I live in the UK now, and I'm pretty sure it's, oh, I forgot to detangle it. I'm pretty sure it's only available in the States, maybe Canada as well. But that stuff really helped me. It's supposed to be like prescription grade acne stuff without the prescription. That's kind of their whole selling point. And you take a quiz, you have a dermatologist that you can message and ask questions to, and you can send them specific pictures so they're talking like just to you. So I thought that feature was really cool. And I don't know if you're talking to like a bot or if they just give you generic answers, but I felt like they're actually talking to me. And it was nice because you had someone to ask questions to. But that stuff worked for me for a while, but it never really got to the point that I was super happy with, but it definitely improved it. So it improved it enough for me to stay with them for a while and feel like, okay, this is doing something. And then it got bad again. And so then I started looking at my diet. I was not vegan at the time or gluten-free or anything. I had no dietary restrictions. I ate anything and everything. And I heard that dairy could give you acne. So I was like, okay, you know, I was definitely one of those, oh, I'm so glad I'm not lactose intolerant. I literally could not live without cheese. I don't know how you do it. Like, cheese is literally my life. Like, I was one of those annoying ass people. But I was like, okay, this is like, I've tried everything else, let me do this. And I went 4 weeks with absolutely no dairy, and it started to clear up. It was super bad to start with, so it definitely wasn't gonna clear up completely. And even if it did, there were tons of, I guess it's not technically scars, but like over pigmentation or whatever. There was tons of that left over. But still, I could, like, my acne was going away. So I just stayed on the no dairy thing. And it got so good after a couple months that I eventually just got off Curology, which are the people who suggested I take out dairy, which is, you know, kind of sad because they got, oh, I should get my really nice bath mat out of the way before I get purple on it. Oh my gosh, that was scary. But yeah, anyway, they're the ones who suggested that I cut out dairy, and then they lost me as a customer because their suggestion was so good. So I'm gonna hopefully put up some pictures here. I went from this to this in a couple months, and it only kept getting better and better. And then so now, please ignore this monster. She's going down. I've had her for a couple days, I think from the mask. You know, it's hard out here saving lives. But anyway, look how clear it is now. Like, especially my forehead, it was so bad. It was so bad. And my chin was really bad. I had it all under here. But yeah, bitch, stop eating goat and cow and all that. It's not made for us. It's not made for us. So since then, I have gone completely vegan because around the same time I cut out dairy, my husband cut out meat just because, you know, every time he ate meat, he was just kind of grossed out, and he had been leaning towards going vegetarian for a while. So with the two of us together, we kind of ended up just eating a lot of vegan meals. And then so I just kind of started getting used to the vegan lifestyle a little bit. I still ate meat though, you know, I wasn't super strict about it. And then one day I was just like, okay, I just gotta do this. And I cut out meat and he cut out dairy not long after. And then that's it. We've been vegan ever since. And, you know, since then we've done it for more reasons. You know, I'm a huge animal lover. It's all I want to do with my life is like music and animals. I work with dogs right now. I want to continue working with dogs. I want to open up a business that has to do with dogs. And yeah, I just felt very hypocritical because these animals feel pain just the way that we do, you know, and just, I feel like as soon as there were studies released showing that like animals feel pain and trauma when their calves are taken away from them after you artificially inseminate them just to get their milk, and that they feel like a longing and sadness because of that. Like as soon as that was confirmed, it should have been stopped. That is animal cruelty every single day that is happening. It's crazy and like obviously terrible for the environment. Another reason I do it, absolutely terrible for the environment. What they do to the chickens is terrible. Basically what they do to all these animals is absolutely terrible. And then also, all of the stuff you get from animals, you can get from plants. Humans do not need to eat animals every single day. When we were hunters and gatherers, it's like they wouldn't catch a wild boar every single day. You know, it's like maybe they would get that once a week or once a month or something, and then that would sustain them for a long while. But it's like, we don't need this every day. We have refrigerators and grocery stores. Like, we can get all the nutrients from plants. People, I just like meat too much. Anyway, this has turned into a vegan rant, but I'll stop. But anyway, that's where I am, and that has cleared up my skin, and I feel really good only putting plants in my body. And I feel really happy to do that for my body. I feel like I'm taking care of her. I'm giving her the best life and the best chance at health and happiness and longevity and all that goodness. Okay, so I kind of did it. It's in there. I feel like that's kind of as good as it's gonna get. I just have like a little bit left in the bowl that I guess I'll scrape out just for good measure, because otherwise it's going down the drain. And then I'll never buy from Joico again. Yay! Woo! Yay! I hope my fingers don't stay blue. When I had my head shaved, which I think about every day, and think about how I don't have my head shaved anymore and how I'm sad. I used to bleach my hair a lot by myself, and it usually went okay. It was never really consistent. It was always kind of a different shade of yellow or white or gray, but it usually wasn't too bad. So I'm going to put this in a little bun and put a plastic bag on my head, and I'll leave it there for some time, I suppose. You know when people say like, oh, like there's like a fraction, I was there for like a fraction of the time you were there. It's like, what about improper fractions? You know what I mean? Or when they say, oh, that was a lifetime ago. I'm like, lifetimes differ. They differ. Oh, anyway, so I guess back on like the hormones and all that and the skin, I stayed on my birth control pill for a long time because I was like, well, if it's not hurting my acne, then I might as well just stay on it. And yeah, then I was just like, nah, I don't want to be putting all these hormones in my body all the time, and like I don't even really know what my body is like without all this external stuff. So I decided to get off my birth control altogether, and I am going to, I think, get the copper IUD, the non-hormonal IUD, when everything opens up and I feel comfortable going and all that. Oh no. Of course my fingers are blue, my fingernails are blue. But yeah, so I was on the pill for a long time, but I recently just got off it. And then also, I'm gonna use this back scrubber to try to get it off my hands. Not really working, oh, it's not really working, no. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then I was on some antidepressants. Not for antidepressants, but I was depressed and had anxiety, so I was kind of like, cool. I had it for Vulvodynia, which is, if you know, you know. Vulvodynia is not fun. Basically, the entrance to your vulva burns constantly, especially when you have sex. Absolutely burns, feels like it's on fire. And anyway, so I got prescribed these meds, these antidepressants that are, they kind of numb your nerves a little bit, which is kind of weird. So I guess they were helping, but I feel like I can't recall certain words very well anymore. And I looked it up, and that is a common side effect. It's like when I'm talking, I just cannot think of the right adjective. It's just my mind, it's not even like I feel like I get close. My mind just goes completely blank, and I just have no idea what I'm trying to say. And you know, with my husband, he understands, so I'm just like, just give me a minute. And sometimes I need like 20 seconds to think of the simplest word. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. And also I have like all these chemicals in my body, and it just feels weird, and I just want my body to like be at peace with itself and stuff. And anyway, so I decided to get off, and the doctor was like, but it's helping with your vulvodynia. And I was like, yes. And he's like, but you still want to get off. I'm like, yes, I think I would rather, as much as vulvodynia sucks, I think I would rather have my mind intact. And I don't know, there are some things I read about it being linked to Alzheimer's far down the road, even if you took it like 25 years before. Listen, don't take my medical advice. Let me just, you know, disclose that right now, as I have to do. I'm not an expert, I really don't know shit. I just want to do some good stuff for my body. But anyway, so I got off that recently. I'm like currently weaning off, and I felt so sick the past few days, and I couldn't figure out why. And it's like, oh, because I'm weaning off my meds. And I think I just went off a little bit too fast. But anyway. Okay, I'm still trying to get this purple stuff off my hands. I don't really think it's gonna happen right now. This is my bath mat that I wanted to be nice to, by the way, and didn't want to get stuff on. It me. And it's uneven, look at the boobs, they're uneven! I got this from Cold Picnic. I'm not gonna lie, it was expensive. I probably didn't need it. I'm gonna put some time on and rinse this out in about, I don't know, maybe 30, 45 minutes or something. And I'll check in with you then. Bye. So it's probably been about 45 minutes because I just didn't really care to do anything on time. Ah, it's getting cold! Why is it getting cold? I have some tea. My period cramps got really bad. And now I'm back here. So let's see how it goes. It's cold! Okay, so I did it, I guess. It is purple. That is nice. That's what we were going for. Honestly, couldn't have gone too wrong with this. I mean, it was purple before, so then I put more dye on it. It's not that hard. Not much could have gone super wrong. I know using this type of towel is bad, okay? Don't tell me, I know. I know. Okay, so let me put some shit in this. Okay, so I just got this stuff from Afro Senchix moisturizing hair cream. Oh, and in the shower I used my As I Am co-wash, and that's all I used. For the longest time, I thought that brand was pronounced Asiam. I did not realize there were spaces in between, but if you take a look at the bottle, they are all capital letters, and the spaces aren't crazy in between. So I feel like I could just, and the eye is a little bit bigger, I think, so it just kind of looks like a logo that is shaped like that, and I don't know, for the longest time. And it took me forever. I was searching like coconut co-wash, and something kept coming up, as I am, and I was like, no, that's not right. And then finally it just clicked. I was like, oh, not Asiam. I thought it was like some Blasian-y name. I don't really know. But okay, so I'm getting my moisturizing hair cream, and I'm gonna run that all the way through. Ow! I just jabbed my thumbnail into my ear. That hurt me. I'm not super loyal to really any products. There are very few products that I'm really loyal to. So I mean, this stuff is nice, I guess. But I mean, it was kind of expensive, and of course it's expensive though. Like, I am down to, you know, small businesses and fair trade and all that, and made in this country and all that. I understand why prices are higher, and I'm here for it, and I support it. I just, you know, am not really able to spend like something like 20 pounds on this bottle every time I go through it. So I'm still gonna use stuff that's all fair trade, vegan, organic, all that, but I just need to find like some cheaper versions of all that. I'm still about it. It just hurts a little bit. I just wanna make sure it's super moisturized. You know what's something I don't do that I should do way more? Is deep condition. I probably deep condition my hair once every like 4 months, because that's how often I remember to do it. And that's how often I don't feel too lazy to do it. Especially now, we just moved into this new house, and it's 4 floors, but it's like 1 room per floor. So you walk in, it's the kitchen, then the next room up is the living room, then it's the second bedroom that Fred works out of, and then our room is on the top floor, and the shower is on the very bottom floor. So it's like, if I want to deep condition my hair, I gotta come up here, get my deep conditioner that I guess I should just leave in the bathroom down there. That would make more sense. And then walk all the way down there, and then rinse it out, and then walk all the way back up here. It's just a lot. Okay, so this next thing I'm using is also from Afrocentrics. I got them together. This is the Moisture Locking Hair Oil. Come on! There we go. Moisture Locking Hair Oil. There's oil everywhere. I would pay like for the price tag, you know, for how expensive these are, if they absolutely blew me away. And they're nice, they're good, but I've just had, you know, I've been using this stuff, Twisted Sister, for a while. I got this like a year, maybe not a year ago, like 6 months ago. And it was way cheaper, and I kind of like it just as much. I need to look into like the ethics of their company though, because I'm not really sure. I'm just now making the transition to trying to get everything like ethically made and everything like that. And man, it is hard. It is hard. You have to do like a lot of research on some things. And then, you know, you go on these all natural websites, and then you go onto their makeup and skincare, and guess what complexion person they make everything for? Just guess. Just have a wild guess. You think the makeup's made for me? No, it's not. And I just got some sunscreen from the Body Shop for my face, and yeah, it makes me look like a ghost. Maybe put that on your description, that it's not made for Black people. But no, they don't even think about us. We're just such an afterthought. Anyway, so I'm just gonna use my pick to detangle. My ends are looking kind of dry, so I'm gonna go back over with some of this moisturizing cream just on my ends. So I mean, we did it. It's purple. That's all I was out for. That's great. I appreciate you coming. I heard recently you shouldn't really put your hair up when it's still wet, because that's like the time that it gets the most damaged and stuff. So anyway, I just put my hair up when it's still wet. And that is that. I just want to shave my head again, honestly, every day. Every day, the only reason I don't shave my head is like, okay, well, like this is now a year and 7 months of work. So it's just like, am I ready to put that back in? But I loved having a shaved head. It was so nice. But also, like, I grew it out to get braids because I wanted some box braids. And then by the time I grew it out that much, I think I got braids again. And then, you know, after a couple months of having braids, my hair was a little bit longer, and I was like, okay, well, I've made it this far. I guess I'll just keep going. Like, I didn't even really plan on it. It just kind of happened. But anyway, okay, yeah. It's nice and purple. That's exactly what I wanted. I was thinking about going green, or maybe like a light pink, maybe even blue, like this kind of blue. I don't know. I just had purple for so long, and I got bored of the purple, and that's when I shaved my head and dyed it blonde. And then I grew it back out and went back to purple. So I just feel like I feel like 19-year-old Heather again, and I am now 24, and I just feel like I need to have a different hairstyle, a different signature hairstyle. because this is the old signature hairstyle, which I love. I still love the purple. I love the purple fro, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, bye for real this time. See you later. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Catch you on the flip side and all that.